Let's get it, MP. We're a good team, but we got you. So we're gonna win. MP said he woke up today ready to slay some rats.
The National Basketball Association and the Minnesota Timberwolves are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to avoid any destructive behavior such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court, or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here. All right. Right, here we are on the day before Thanksgiving, a very special time of the year. Any favorite Thanksgiving traditions or foods for you or your family?
Oh, Kevin, I'm a sweet potato pie lover, but I tell you, man, I love it all. I can't wait.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Up at forward, it's Miller and Bridges. Money out there with Ball, and it's Williams at the 5 spot. Ball with the bucket.
Boy, Ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
Pass to Miller. Gobert with a screen on Bridges. Miller with a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark. And stolen by Miller. He lobs it up. Williams with the steal. And now running up the court, Miller pushing it up. Money passes to Bridges. Now here's Williams. Charlotte moving it around. Here's Money. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. First quarter, just over a minute played. Minnesota shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Stolen by McDaniels. Edwards passes to Miller. Misses from close range. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And it's Miller in the corner. Ball with a wide open look. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in.
Well, I like the fact that This is something Ball continues to work on, that deep shot of his. He knows he's got to be a threat from deep to expand his game.
And it's Miller penetrating. Bridges with the board. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Clark, we've all heard the comparisons. Brandon Miller plays a lot like a young Paul George.
And you know, it makes a ton of sense when you consider that Paul George is Brandon Miller's favorite player. So he spent a bunch of time studying how PG gets it done and putting those moves into his own book bag.
Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Miller, that's for 2. Can't nail the jumper.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Pass to Dillingham. It's Edwards on the wing. 6 to shoot. And Miller with the block.
And good length and athleticism give Miller an advantage at the defensive end.
Bridges outside. Lets it go from deep. Cans it from downtown.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And the new power rankings, still only the first month of the season. Here's a chance to compare early returns. You look at the Timberwolves, they're stuck in the same spot, still outside the top 3.
And the Hornets, they're just right now outperforming those preseason predictions. And that's because they're getting help from some unlikely sources.
McDaniels passes to Edwards. And here's Miller outside. Connects from three-point range.
It's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Taken away by Williams.
Such a risky pass to make for the reason we just saw. The D has too much time to get in position.
Well, I tell you, Bridges doing a nice job there, and his teammates appreciate when he looks to get them involved.
Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Outside Edwards. Pass to Dillingham. Gobert with a screen on Ball. 5 to shoot. Dillingham, no good. Charlotte leading by 7. Down low, here's Bridges. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys, lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on.
Basket, good.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Watson. Out to the right wing. McDaniels kicks to Watson. The shot, no good. Bridges with some nice defense. Money passes to Miller. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Miller's got 7 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside Edwards. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
Money passes to Bridges. Dillingham with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Charlotte leading by 10. Ball with it. Bridges outside. There's a screen by Williams. Bridges passes to Money. Miller inside. He's got 7. Good work there as it goes. He's got 9.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
And there's Gobert putting it right back in.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Miller, a rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. McDaniels dishes to Edwards. Fires from 14. Nice jump shot. Good. Edwards got it back down to single digits for the Timberwolves. Here's Money. Edwards defending. Money passes to Miller. Ball with it. Good. And Miller gets the assist.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Here's McDaniels. Miller grabs the miss. Miller's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Money. His offensive numbers jump right off the screen at you. He's averaging over 29 points a game. Bridges kicks to Miller. Sinks the triple. Miller's got 12 in the game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now Dillingham. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Here's McDaniels. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. McDaniels got his 2nd bucket.
McDaniels with the big answer.
Miller, right side. It's hauled in by Watson.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
On the court for the Hornets. Lob it forward. It's Miller and Bridges. LaMelo Ball is out there with Money, and it's Williams at the 5 roaming the paint. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against the Bulls had a very nice performance. He finished with 19 points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from 3-point range whenever he could. Once again, he got into a rhythm, and there was nothing anybody could do to stop him. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
Back to Ball. Clock at 4. Bridges for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bridges has got his 2nd basket of the night.
No hesitation from Bridges there. He knows exactly when he should look to shoot it off the catch.
One thing you know you're going to get from Bridges, he can really score.
That has never been a problem for him. He's always been able to put it in the basket. He's got a really good feel and stays in attack mode when he's on the offensive end.
There's the lob to Bridges. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Perfect communication and timing on that alley-oop. Bridges saw the opening and then bounced right to the rim.
Burks against Ball. Watson for 3. Hornets with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14 points. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves. To the middle, here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Such an athletic guy. Bridges just hammers it down.
So it's the Timberwolves now. 9-point game. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
You guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, and you know, to come up short at the line is frustrating because that's controllable and it's actually a free throw. So you feel like you leave loose change out there when you don't convert.
Ball no good. And it's Watson with the ball for the Timberwolves. Shot to stop the run. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Miller's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Ball. Burks pulls it in. Timberwolves trail by 9. Pass to Watson. Prince kicks to Burks. Nailed from three-point land. Burks has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Outside, Ball. And it's Miller in the corner. Charlotte moving it around. Ball, the pass to Money. Miller outside. The 3. Burks pulls it in.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Prince can really elevate now. He plays much bigger than 6'7", and we just saw an example of that there.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Gets an open look and hits. Ball's got 9.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Metu. McDaniels comes in for Prince. Edwards has come in for Miller, and Dillingham subbed in for Alec Burks. Here's Dillingham. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Charlotte leading by 6. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
Pass to McDaniels. To the paint, 6 feet out. In deep, Dillingham drops it in.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
And that's a foul called on Money. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good.
And so it's Charlotte with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back to the action in just a minute.
It is a wonderful.
You look at the Timberwolves, they've started this season on the right foot, something we kind of expected given their offseason. We'll see if this is a pace they can maintain as the year rolls on.
And looking back on that first half, it certainly hasn't gone as planned for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That'll do it for our show tonight.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. What can you say, guys? Miles Bridges, an impressive effort here today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Miller is out there with Gobert, and it's Dillingham in at the point guard position. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half.
This is where Gobert likes to park himself, right around the rack.
Fader on the way. Rebound, Minnesota.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on.
Edwards, no good.
their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Yes, sir. Bridges really asserting himself on offense, and when he's rolling like that, it gets his whole team fired up.
Miller outside. With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and rolls.
Bridges deciding where to go with it. Minnesota with the rebound. Miller's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Edwards making a statement.
Rising up for the throwdown. Major hops from Edwards.
Charlotte leading by 4. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. There's Ball with the 3. Charlotte no good that time either.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
And Ball with the block.
No, sir. Get it out of here. LaMelo using that long reach to deny that shot.
Miller, who scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Miller outside. Down low. Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display.
Yes, sir. Power and grace. That had it all.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you watch Miller, he keeps the defense on its heels. They don't know what he's going to do.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He hits both from the stripe.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Poked loose. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. And here's the fast break. Here's McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniels.
It's always fun when you can get ahead of the play like McDaniels did there to finish off the break.
Bridges passes to Money. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Make some noise.
Dillingham with it. He has 6. Pass to McDaniels. A 3-ball. Money with the rebound. Charlotte leading by 8. Outside, Ball. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. The Timberwolves working the ball around him. Misses the layup. The Hornets have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Here's Money. He's got 11. Here's Ball. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Edwards.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And it's good, 2 points.
Well, it's nice to see young guys like McDaniels come onto the floor and make the right play.
Miller, the pass to Money. Back to Miller. Over in the corner, Williams. Miller outside. Here's the three. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. Edwards got his 5th rebound in this one. Right wing. Miller outside. Williams has a screen for Miller. It's good from long range. Miller's got 19 points. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working just...
Hornets leading by 7, and on the court for Charlotte as we start the 4th. Lob it forward, it's Miller and Bridges. Money out there with LaMelo Ball, and it's Williams at the 5. Here's Ball. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
He'll do that for you, too. Ball can go mid-range if he needs to.
Here's Watson, and Watson slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Williams has a screen for Miller. And that one's on target from the wing. Miller's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it's really hard to get someone to match up with him.
Prince with a screen on Ball. Burks can't get it to go. Charlotte leading by 9. Ball, the pass to Williams. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Traps in the tray.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Money passes the ball. Puts it up. Again, the Hornets score.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
Now here's Prince. Burks on the wing. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. To the inside. Here's Money. There's the killer two-handed slam.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Edwards, he's checked in for Jahlil Okafor. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Now, Coach really laid into them. He said, we're too loose with it. Tighten it up. These turnovers are going to cost us if we keep giving the ball away. We're better than this. Guys?
Thanks, David. It's stolen by Edwards. And now it's Burks running. He can go all the way.
How about Miller coming up with the denial? Excellent hustle.
There's the triple. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They've led by as many as 14 points.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Out to Edwards. Off target from outside. Hornets leading by 12. Here's Money. Offensive rebound. Bridges passes the ball. Buries it from three-point range.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Pass to Prince. Outside Edwards. To halt the run, and Miller with the block. Here's Money. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Puts the move on. The rebound by Medu. Medu's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Ball, the pass to Money. Back to Ball. Shoots. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Ball's got 9 points now in just the second half. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
First personal foul. First team foul. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Number 7.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Metu. Miller comes in for Peyton Watson. McDaniels, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. And Dillingham subbed in for Alec Burks. Outside Edwards. Dillingham with it, now guarded by Ball. Three-pointer. Dillingham with the bucket.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Miller inside. McDaniels defending. Timberwolves trail by 16. Pass to Dillingham. This one for 3. Goes back up. Miller outside. And the 3 off target. The Hornets have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth. 8 of 12. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And what stands out most, Clark, about Mark Williams, it has to be his rebounding.
Yeah, he's a glass-eating machine, and on a per-minute basis, he's one of the best in the league at corralling boards. But he's had a little bit of an issue staying healthy. When he's on the floor, though, he gives them a real powerful presence up front.
Here's Bridges, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Minnesota shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Miller outside. Up top, Gobert. Gobert with a screen for Dillingham. Another shot. And Gobert with the lay-in.
Gobert so good around the rim. Had that shot back before the defense could do anything with it.
Bridges passes to Money. Oh! And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
Miller with the ball. Bridges covering. Out to Edwards. Edwards with confidence.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Miller dishes the ball. There's the pick. And it seems a new era is upon us, GA. A lot of young stars and young teams vying for the status of household name.
Kevin, the casual fans might have to update their frame of reference, right? Especially since a lot of these new stars are playing in smaller markets.
6 on the shot clock. Money passes to Miller. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Miller's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Dillingham. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Bridges kicks to Williams. Ball, the pass to Money. Driving the lane. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got 5 assists tonight. Timberwolves trail by 17. Taken away by Williams. And here is Ball. Pass to Money. They set the screen. Shoots from 12. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial. I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.